It is my pleasure this afternoon to introduce the host for today's luncheon, Jim Wrightson. As Vice President of Corporate Engineering and Technology at Lockheed Martin, Jim is responsible for developing some of the most cutting-edge products that come into the defense marketplace. This has been a hallmark of Jim's 30-year career in the aerospace defense industry, constantly on the forefront of innovation and providing the leadership to push forward for some of the biggest names in American innovation. He played an instrumental role in part in the merger of Boeing and McDonnell Douglas, bringing together two powerhouses in the industry, and has led several business expansions at Lockheed. We're absolutely thrilled today to have Jim a part of the vision process. The TechAmerica Foundation Board and TechAmerica are thrilled that he is our host today. Please welcome Jim Wrightson.
Thanks for that gracious introduction. I'm not sure I completely recognized myself there, but whoever that gentleman was, I really appreciate it. Let's see. I hope you enjoyed this morning's activities as much as I did. I thought it was really terrific. It was great having Secretary Lynn here to give us his thoughts, and I really appreciate the rest of the forecast that we saw, and I hope you also saw them as being insightful. And as we go forward, this is going to be a very interesting time for industry. As I look out, I know many of you, like myself, have gone through several of these periods of weakening or slight downturns in the industry, but this one's going to be relatively unique. And I think it's going to be so because we are seeing, as Bill Lynn indicated, not an erosion of the threats, or no, it has nothing to do with the need for national security per se. It has to do with that balancing activity between the economics and the economic basis for national security and the actual intellectual and military and defense basis for national security. So with that, I, as well as you all, I know look forward to the rest of this conference and the insights that this Vision Conference provides. It's my great pleasure here today to give out some awards to some of the contributors here to the Vision Conference today. But before I mention some specific awards, I want to recognize all of the team leaders. They're here in table number 1 and number 2. Could you all stand up and give them a round of applause? Thanks to you all. I mean, we couldn't do what we're doing here today without your leadership and all of the hard efforts and diligent activities that you've done over the course of the year. With that, I'm going to present a couple of key leadership awards right here at the beginning. And the first is to Bobby Turkowitz. Bobby, would you come up? Bobby leads the federal cloud effort at IBM, but so she has a tremendous leadership responsibility in industry, and I think many of us have heard Bobby's voice on the radio, giving a number of different things and representing industry. But what I want to talk about is what she's done here for us. Bobby has really led the Strategic Forecast Council here this year. And through her leadership, we not only have this Vision Conference, but we have a West Coast Vision Conference, and we have 2 fora that happened earlier this year. One is the Defense Strategic Planners Forum, and the other is the Federal IT Strategic Outlook Forum. So that has been terrific, but it doesn't stop there, because she is also leading the Civil IT Day, which is tomorrow, and I know we're all looking forward to those presentations there as well. So, Bobby, Thank you very much. The second person I'd like to honor is also a chair here, and that's Cecil Black. Cecil. This is a great pleasure for me also because, like many of you here who have been active in the Vision Conference, Cecil recruited me into this activity, and he also has the distinction of leading the DoD Day for 7 years. 7. That's got to be some sort of a record. I don't know. We'll have to look that up in the Guinness Book of World Records. But it goes beyond that also because Cecil has not only just shown leadership here and mentored quite a few of us in this, but he has really been the energy and the enthusiasm behind the professionalism of the DoD forecast. He has been relentless in making sure we improve it year after year. So it's my great pleasure to award Cecil this award for outstanding achievement in the chair. Thanks, Cecil. Let's see. I'm now going to present 6 awards to some of our key leaders in the this year. The first is Charles Cox. Charles, if you could come on up. Charles is Director of Strategic Planning and Business Alliances at General Dynamics. He has been with us for several years, I think since about 2008, in terms of activities, and has worked diligently in a number of places, but I got to know him probably best from his Red Team activities, where he has really provided incredible guidance to the activities. For those of you that don't know it, we go through a series of reviews on this Vision Conference before it gets to the point that it is here today. And one of those particular reviews is reviews with industry experts and strategic planners. And Charles has been gracious enough to be one of those over the years. This year, Charles also led the vehicles team, which you're going to see later here after lunch, and just did an extraordinary job. And so once again, Charles, thank you very much. So Charles, this is for outstanding leadership in analysis and forecasting. The next person I'd like to recognize is Mike Riley. Mike. I don't think he needs much introduction because he was the only thing holding us up prior to lunch in the wonderful aircraft presentation.
I sped it up.
You did an excellent job. What you may not know is Mike has really been doing double duty this year. This is the second year, I believe, you've been with the Vision Conference. And in addition to leading the aircraft team, he was also co-chair with Wayne Schroeder on the macroeconomics and defense top-line forecast, and just did a fantastic job in that activity. Created not just tremendous leadership, but also helped create the new innovation forecast, or innovative forecast methods and database that we're really using throughout the entire Vision Conference. And in addition, something that some of you may not know is that Mike has agreed to be the 2012 DoD chair for the Vision Conference next year. I think that deserves a round of applause. I'd also like to introduce Susan Morrison. Susan, if you'll come up. Susan is the development manager in Capgemini Government Systems. And I got to know Susan through some tremendous work she has been doing this year, taking a real leadership role in the military health system team. This is not an easy team, as I think Susan will tell you, because this is one of the incredible growth areas that Bill Lynn spoke about, but it is one that we had not historically done a lot with here in the Vision Conference. And so as a result, due to Susan's leadership, we now have a tremendous activity going on in there. And when we finish here, when I will be through with these few brief words, Susan, I think, is leading the Track 2 activity, and so it'll be the first thing out of the box coming out of here. So Susan, thank you very much. Okay, next is Matt Milas. Matt, come on up. This one gives me particular pleasure because Matt is one of my colleagues in strategic planning in Lockheed Martin. So it is great to see another person here from the corporate headquarters. Matt has shown extraordinary leadership here, taking over the services and support team. And he does some of this work in Lockheed Martin as well, but he has brought that innovative thought process and an analytical view to this particular activity as well. And so join me in a round of applause for Matt. Okay. Let's see. The next two awards I am just particularly happy with. These two outstanding leadership awards go to two gentlemen who are new and right out of the box took over teams here this year. The first is Jeff McKeel. Jeff. Let's see. Jeff ran the missile defense activity, the defense team. I believe, Jeff, you've been in industry for about 28 years. Is that right? Well, you brought all of that experience to us, and we really appreciate it. Thanks again for your leadership and for the outstanding activity of just taking over this from ground zero. The second individual is also from Raytheon, Bobby Shu. Bobby took over the guided munitions activity. As a matter of fact, if I'm right in this, you not only took it over and showed leadership, but you took it over just a week or two before the blue team, and pulled the team together and really did an outstanding job of both recruiting and getting the analytical formulation pulled together. That just shows outstanding leadership. Bobby, thank you very much. Okay, before we conclude, there are a few announcements and a few things that we should talk about, and for that, I'm going to ask Cecil to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Jim. You know, when I was in high school, and I don't know if anybody can remember that far back, but I remember in the annual that we had for our high school class, there was a quote that said, "I'd rather be right than president." And that really stuck with me. And I guess that's sort of the trait that I have regarding that is sort of why I have so enjoyed working with this conference. Because our job is to find the truth, to find out to the best that we can what is likely to happen in the future. And for the last 15 years, I've had the privilege of working with many of you here and many who are no longer here. But it's been a great pleasure for me. And I found it professionally rewarding as well as very enjoyable. And I don't know how many of you knew this, but when Jim Wrightson joined this conference, he and I were the same height. So it just goes to show how much this conference can help one grow professionally. But anyway, I would like to ask Dan Hannemeyer to stand, and Joan Picariello, and all of the staff of TechAmerica that put this conference on. And I'd also like to ask every member of every team that presents a forecast at the DoD and NASA Forecast Day to also stand. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the people who put it all together. Thanks to each one of them. I was going to make an announcement about something, but I remember what it is now. It's that we're going to split into 2 tracks from this point on. We're going to have track 1, I believe it's track 1, in the same room that we were in before. And track 2, you see the briefings in your little schedule, which ones go where, is going to be in the other conference room up on the hall toward the entrance. So from this point, if you would proceed to your choice of tracks, then we'll move on with the conference. And don't forget to fill in your questionnaires. Thank you.